Well, first and foremost, this is my buddy Mike. I mean, he's been my boy for what, a year and a half almost now, 2 years almost, right? And he's been helping us with Xendurance, getting us on the supplement game. Super happy to have him as a friend, business partner, trying to get the word out about subs, man. Just what you need to take, the right supplements for you, and he can tell you more about that. Mike's my go-to guy when it comes down to supplements, so definitely happy to have you, Mike. Well, you met Alex and you met Carissa, so how about we get started?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's roll, dude. Yeah, cool. Yeah, absolutely. So, I just want to, I want to get right to it because I want to be as conscious of your time as possible. There's a lot of information to go over tonight, so I want to get through it as fast as we can. You'll have to forgive any background noise. I have 3 young children and my wife is awake right now, so they're going crazy in the other room. So if there is any background noise, the kids are fine. They're just kids and screaming. I have 3 little girls. One's 7, the other's 4, and then the baby is almost a year and a half. So things are a little crazy at my house sometimes, especially when I do calls like this. So anyway, in supplements, that's what we're gonna talk about tonight. But like in the world of supplements, there's a million different supplements on the market. So many of them can claim to do one thing, claim to do this, claim to do that. Sometimes it sounds like it's too good to be true. And then there's so much confusion and misinformation out there around supplementation. And most people don't know where to start or what's real in regards to the claims and what's real in regards to supplementation, what's really going to work. And then most people have an immediate feeling when someone brings up supplementation. You've either tried something before and didn't get any results, to the point where you were just like, you know what, screw it, I'm not even going to bother with these supplements. And then you're wondering, do they even work? Like, what did I just spend my money on? Right. And so that is a real problem that I've found in the world of supplementation. And it gets sometimes a negative stigma behind it because of that. And the reality is supplements can definitely help you. They can help you perform better in the gym, and they can help you live healthier longer, right? So that's what I want to address tonight. I want to address, are supplements right for you, and what they can do for you, and which ones are right for you. So making sure that we're addressing that, because I've also found that there is, because of the problems with supplements and the problems in the supplement industry, most people don't even know where to start, right? Because there's so much confusion and misinformation. The supplement companies try to pull a fast one on you through the fancy marketing. In the world of supplements, it's always the cheapest product for the highest product. And then those companies that create those products prey on that lack of knowledge of the consumer. And then you don't know if this is what it's supposed to do because it's not communicated effectively. And then there's the question of, what are these products going to do for me in the long term, right? So like, because the quality of the product sometimes can come into question. You don't know if this is going to help you or hurt you in the long term, right? So when it comes to supplements, are they going to help you? Yes. Are they going to hurt you if you don't take them? No, it's not going to be a big deal if you don't. You're probably still going to live a perfectly happy and healthy life and be fine. And it's not going to make or break it, right? But supplements can definitely help you live healthier and recover faster and get more out of your day and take back the day, get your energy back, things like that. So that's what we're going to talk about. And that's where I come in to this. Is I've got 8+ years of experience in the world of supplements and helping people live healthier on a daily basis. I mean, I've worked a lot with athletes and in a gym setting and spent a lot of time in that world, but more so as of late, the last couple of years, I've spent a lot of time with just general population, helping people live healthier longer, not even taking supplements for performance. And that's really the idea behind all of this, is to cut through all the crap and give you some solid knowledge to live healthier, right? That's my goal here. I'm not trying to sell you product. Yes, I am a supplement salesman. I will put that out there. I am a supplement salesman. I do sell supplements for a living, but that is not what I focus on. I push whole food, healthy food first. Then supplementation can fill in those holes, because that's exactly what supplements are. They fill in holes, they fill in gaps. And this is the things that I try to make sure that people are aware of, because most people just don't even know what's out there, and then don't know what to do when they do start to try to get into supplements, right? So there's a couple things that I want to cover with our plan of attack for tonight, so that I can help you understand what makes the most sense and help you decide if supplements make sense for you or not. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to spend some time figuring out what the problems are with supplementation. So the first thing is we need to cut through the confusion that's in the marketplace. And I want to share some things that you need to know when looking at supplements. We're going to talk about what to look for and what to avoid in supplementation, because that's huge. There's certain things that you just want to stay away from as much as you can, but then there's some things that you want to make sure that you're looking for in any type of product that you take. And then we're going to talk about what makes sense for you. So at the end of this, after I cover the information, we'll go over some product suggestions that make sense, that I feel like are some foundational stuff for everybody to have. But then we'll also open it up to questions, and we can address specifically any questions that you might have when I get done covering the information. Okay. So that's where we're going to start first. That's the goal of what we're going to go over. So the first thing is, when it comes to cutting through the confusion, the first question I get, or pushback or anything like that when it comes to talking about supplements, is, do I even need these? And the honest answer is no, you don't. Supplements are just that. They are a supplement to a healthy diet. And if you're eating a balanced, healthy, whole food based diet, and you're getting all the vitamins and nutrients and stuff that you need on a regular basis, you're getting enough protein every single day, you're getting enough carbs every single day, you're getting the fats, you're getting everything that you need from your food, then you don't need supplementation. Okay. And in a perfect world, that would be the best way to do it, right? That is the best way to do it. And it would be easy for everybody to do that. That would be ideal, right? But because of the world that we live in and the way food is processed and manufactured now and produced, it's lessened the food quality across the board for us. The way the soil has been depleted, there's a lot of nutrients that are lacking from a lot of the food that we have. So our food sources just aren't as good as they used to be. And so supplements can help fill that in, right? And so it's really important to make sure that when you're thinking about supplementation, you only take what you're needing, right? And so there's certain populations like a vegan, for example, they're not, in my experience, they have a hard time getting enough protein on a daily basis. So supplementing with that, because there's a convenience that comes with supplementation, makes it easier to hit your protein goals, so that you can recover faster and you can feel better every single day, right? Okay, so that's a big thing with supplementation. Do you need it? The short answer is no. Will it benefit you? Absolutely. Will it help you live healthier? Absolutely. Okay. Always food first. That's something I no matter what, forever, no matter how bad I need to sell supplements that day, I will always push food first, because that's the priority here. And then some of the confusion in supplements is created by mainstream supplement companies because of the claims that are made on packaging. And so what I've found is, I've worked in the mainstream supplement industry. So like for companies like Optimum Nutrition, I didn't work for Optimum Nutrition, but I worked for Muscle Farm. And that is a supplement company that's sold at Walmart and Costco and all the big brands and things like that. And there's marketing that's done on that packaging that is kind of misleading. And what I mean by that is, and this is with all food and branding and packaging and stuff, is if there's a little bit of that ingredient in that package, the company can then claim that it does that, right? So for example, like Cheerios. Cheerios are heart healthy. And so on the box, they say they're good for your heart. But there also can be simple carbohydrates, right? So like, it might be good for your heart, and because the whole grains are good for your heart, but is that good for your ultimate long-term health? Like, should you eat Cheerios every single day, right? Some people might like it. I know Tyler might like eating Cheerios every single day, but is it going to be best long-term for his health? Probably not, right? So the idea of the claims on this packaging makes for a lot of confusion. And another thing that I like to illustrate when it comes to the claims on the packaging, it goes to the dosage and the absorption. And so with products, there's different qualities of products that you can take in supplements. It's just like anything, any type of food, there's different qualities that come. It's the difference between buying a prime choice piece of steak and getting ground beef, right? Like there's a big difference in the type of meat. They both come from a cow, but there's a big difference in the type of meat that you're getting, right? And it's because of the quality behind it. So in supplements, because it's not regulated by the FDA, you can make claims on your labels. Now the FDA is cracking down on a lot of it because the supplement industry is getting bigger and bigger all the time, but there is so many different grades of quality of ingredients, and then the dosages that are in those ingredients can be really confusing. And so I use the analogy of protein because everybody understands protein helps rebuild your muscles. If protein helps with recovery, that's a claim that any company can make about a protein product. Well, if it's got 2 grams of protein in it, technically it's going to help you with recovery because it has 2 grams of protein, right? And protein helps with recovery. But a product with 2 grams of protein in it versus 20 grams of protein is going to be a big difference in how much that's going to help you recover. So on the label, if it says recovery, you always want to go and look at the back of it and make sure you're looking at the dosage as well, because that is super important. If the dosage isn't high enough to make a difference, then it's not going to matter, right? And so like same thing with like a vitamin C or something like that. If you buy a cheap vitamin C from a Walmart or a Target, the dosage of that vitamin C tablet that you're chewables or something, I know chewables are really popular. That dosage of vitamin C might be so small that you're not really getting an actual benefit from it because it has to be in a large enough amount for your body to use it. Because if it's so small, your body won't do anything, right? So that's one thing in the marketing of it that I get really frustrated with because nobody takes the time to educate the consumer. So with that, the dosage is important, but then also the absorption of that product is incredibly important as well, because it's great to have a dosage high enough that your body can use, but if it's not a high quality ingredient, then your body's not going to know what to do with it and absorb it properly. So again, to use the analogy of protein, there's different grades of protein, and we'll talk about in a little bit, but whey concentrate is harder for your body to process. A whey hydrolysate is filtered and partially pre-digested so your body can absorb it immediately. So in theory, the 20 grams of whey concentrate versus 20 grams of whey hydrolysate, your body's going to be able to absorb all of this, where it's going to have to work really, really hard and probably not absorb all of the whey concentrate. So you're getting a better bang for your buck by doing 20 grams of whey hydrolysate than you would be through whey concentrate. Okay. So the idea there is just with the absorption makes a huge difference. And so because of that, the different grades are really important. And if you're looking at a supplement, more often than not, you get what you pay for. And if you can buy 70 servings of protein for $25, the quality of that protein is probably not very good. So then your body's not going to be able to utilize that. I know a lot of people shop at Costco. It's cheap, it's easy, and I get it. I totally understand it because money is money and you don't want to break the bank, but you also want to get a benefit from what you're taking, because if it's not in a dosage high enough and it's not absorbed by your body, it's not doing any good for you. Okay. So something you always want to pay attention to is make sure that the products have research dosages, are backed by science, and are supporting absorption, which leads me to a couple things that I really try to stress when I do a talk like this. Is first one is gut health. And that is huge because for your gut, it's like your second brain. We're finding studies are showing that your gut plays an incredible role in how you feel on a daily basis. The health of your gut plays an incredible role with the absorption of everything that's going on with you and your body and how your body feels. So addressing gut health is something that you want to be sure and pay attention to in the supplement world. And that's part of the confusion that comes in, because so many mainstream supplement companies will spend time, will put ingredients in their products that damage your gut health. And when your gut is damaged, then you're not going to absorb the ingredients that you're taking. So if you have poor gut health because of the foods that we eat, because of the inflammation that they cause, because of what's going on in our diets and things like that, if your gut is in poor health, then you're not going to absorb the ingredients in the foods and the protein and the powders that you're taking in. So then again, you're just going to end up eliminating that. And then what actual benefit from it are you getting? So to give you kind of a visual example of what gut health means and why it's important, is because inflammation gets in our body from the foods that we eat and the things that we do. And then it damages our gut health. So then if you think of our gut wall, like my hand, when your gut wall in lining of your intestines are in poor health, it looks like this. So any type of food or anything that you're going to eat just goes right through the cracks. And then what happens is that causes damage in your body, causes free radicals in your body, which then creates inflammation, which then creates oxidative stress, which then damages your overall health. And so when your gut is in disrepair and ingredients that cause that, it just completely doesn't do you any good. But if you can repair your gut health, that's why like things like probiotics and things like that to reduce inflammation, fish oil, other things reduce inflammation, which repair the gut, start to close that up. So then when your gut wall, your intestines are like this, everything that you eat and consume doesn't just slide right through. Like it's stopped. And there's a barrier here, which is the absorption process. So then it absorbs things properly so that your body can actually get the benefit from it. And it will absorb it at the rate that it's supposed to. When you take in protein, your body absorbs it at a normal rate. And then you can use that, process it, and what it can't use, it will eliminate, right? But it's not just sliding through that gut wall and damaging your overall health. Okay. So that is really important when products put ingredients in there that damage gut health, like sucralose and artificial sweeteners and stuff like that, which we'll get into in just a second. But there's a visual that I want to show you guys to just further drive this home. And it's going to sound a little bit sciencey because I'm going to start talking about oxidative stress. When I say that, most people just tune me out. And I get it, but please don't tune me out here because this is kind of important and the visual will illustrate why. Basically, oxidative stress is what happens to your body when that gut wall is in disrepair and you are causing damage to your gut. Okay. And so because free radicals will get into your body and cause that damage. So I want you to think of it like if you were to cut up an apple and let it sit for a little while, it would start to get brown. That's oxidation happening to an apple because that's what happens, right? And so that apple is under oxidative stress, and that's why it's turning it brown. And ultimately, if you left that apple sit out long enough, it would get rotten and be completely brown. But if you were to take an antioxidant like a vitamin C or something like that, or take like a lemon or an orange and squirt a little juice on that apple, it would fight against that oxidative stress. So think about it like this. The apple, you cut it up, it turns brown. And then if you let it sit, if you don't put anything on it to fight that oxidative stress, it's going to destroy that apple. Well, let's equate this to our bodies. So this is what happens in our cells. And now if you remember 7th grade science, your cells are the makeup of all of your body. I hope everybody remembers that. Maybe it's 6th grade. I don't know what science it's in, but it's definitely junior high science that you learn about the cells. So when your cells get damaged from the free radicals that attack your cells because your gut's in disrepair, because of the ingredients that you're putting in your body, this is what happens to your cells. Your cells get damaged, then your cells get destroyed. And so that's your body getting destroyed at the cellular level. And I say this to people, and most people don't, because they tune me out when I start talking about oxidative stress. They don't even realize that you're completely damaging yourself and setting yourself back by the ingredients that you're putting in your body because of this free radical damage that's happening. Okay. So this is incredibly important to fight against. So making sure that you don't have ingredients that damage the gut health and create free radicals is huge. And I use I use the saying, if your cells are happy, your body's happy. And so the more the more you can keep your cells happy, the more you can protect your cells, the happier your body's going to be, and the better you're going to recover every single day, because your cells can recover faster. Okay. So that's a lot of the confusion that I see around supplementation. Most people don't know a lot of that stuff. And I always try to address that as much as I can. Anytime I've ever been in the gym, I might've gotten into some of this with some of the people in the gym. But we have such a limited amount of time, and you kind of want to get your workout in and get your workout out and get out of there. So we don't have a lot of time to get into this information. So it's nice to be able to address that. Okay. So now let's take that a step further and talk about what to look for and what to avoid in supplementation. Now, these are the kinds of things that are super important to make sure that you're getting quality stuff, but then also making sure that you're not putting garbage into your body. So the first thing that I tell everybody is to make sure that it has some kind of drug-free certification. The best one that you can get is Informed Choice or Informed Sport. You want to look at the label. There's a little logo on there that says Informed Choice or Informed Sport. This is a third-party governing body that's a worldwide governing body that checks for any type of banned substances. I believe they check for over 140 different banned substances to make sure that everything is certified drug-free. There's no harmful substances in there to hurt you, make sure that everything's safe. Okay, so that's the first thing, most important. Just as important is looking for artificial sweeteners and artificial flavors. You want to avoid those as much as you can, because those are the things that will get into your system and damage your gut health. And the biggest one that I find in supplements specifically is sucralose. Sucralose is a artificial sugar that is 300 times sweeter than natural sugar. So they don't have to use as much of it, but your body doesn't know what to do with it because it's artificial. So it will process and eliminate some of it, but it doesn't process and eliminate all of it. So then that's where that gut damage comes in, because that your body's like, what is this sucralose stuff? I don't know what this is. You know, your body wasn't designed to process synthetic things. So the sucralose then damages your gut health, which then makes it so that any ingredient or any product that has sucralose in it, you're counterproductive with the sucralose, because you're taking an ingredient or a product to get the benefit of it, but the sucralose that's in it is damaging your gut so that you can't absorb it and can't get the benefit of it. So you're kind of just throwing away money, for lack of a better word, right? So those are the two biggest things that I point out to people to make sure that you want to look for and you want to avoid in supplementation. But then there's some specific things to different types of products that I like to address as well. And I touched on it just a little bit ago with the protein. The different types of protein that are out there affect absorption and how well your body can utilize those. So with protein, specifically whey protein, there's different types of dairy-based whey protein. And what you want to look for in those is there's a whey concentrate, which is the lowest grade protein that you can get. It's the easiest form to produce. Then there's a whey isolate, which is a little bit more filtered and will absorb better in your body. It's a little bit better with the absorption. But then there's a whey hydrolysate, which is has been filtered. All the impurities are taken out so that your body can immediately absorb it and process it very simply, and you can get the maximum benefit from it. So when it comes to looking at a dairy-based protein, whey hydrolysate is going to be the fastest absorbing option and most likely the best absorbing option. Now, with that said, whey concentrate is the cheapest option. So there's a trade-off, right? And so what my rule of thumb with that is try the whey concentrate. If it doesn't give you any stomach issues or indigestion problems, or you don't get the protein farts from it, then go ahead and stick with whey concentrate. Totally cool. I know for me, when I was taking whey concentrate all the time, to be completely transparent with you guys, the protein farts were a thing that caused a lot of problems in my house. Not gonna lie. My wife did not like it. She was not a fan. But then I switched to now I take a whey hydrolysate, and it doesn't cause any problems for me. I don't have any indigestion. from the protein. And what causes that, a lot of people call it the bubble guts from a poor quality protein, because your body just doesn't know how to process it. It's working so hard to process that whey concentrate that it just creates that gas and the problems that you might have. So that's something with protein you want to make sure that you're looking for. Now, for anybody who is a vegan or vegetarian, there is vegan proteins that you can go with. You want to look for a combination of proteins to get to the complete amino acid profile. It's impossible with a plant protein to get a full amino acid profile, basically the building blocks of protein. So with that said, a whey protein is going to be better for muscle recovery than a vegan protein because it's a complete amino acid profile. Now, if you're vegan, that's fine. Just find a protein that is going to give you the closest thing to a complete amino acid profile so you can help with recovery, okay? And then the other type of protein that I like to address is collagen protein. Now, collagen protein, some people will take that and think that it's helping with muscle recovery. No, it doesn't. So if you think about whey protein, and the simple answer is no, it doesn't. I'll get into just a second. It actually will, but bear with me for a second. Collagen protein is geared towards other things. So like whey protein and a vegan protein are going to help with muscle recovery. Collagen protein helps with everything else. So a lot of times collagen protein gets called the beauty protein. And for any of you who know me, you know I have a man bun and I have long flowing locks. I have beautiful hair because I take collagen every single day, and it helps with that. It helps with skin. It helps with nails. It helps with joint health because the collagen is focused on that stuff. So if you're taking collagen instead of a whey protein, it's not going by itself, not going to be optimal for muscle recovery. Now, with that said, whey protein and collagen protein together, the collagen will actually help amplify the effects of the whey protein a little bit because they work in tandem with each other to support each other to help with muscle recovery. So if you're like Tyler and you kill yourself in the gym every single day, taking whey protein and throw them up, dude, got the guns going. If you take a whey protein with the collagen together, Ben gave you a thumbs down. That's awesome. When you take a collagen protein and a whey protein together, the collagen protein is going to actually amplify the effects of the whey protein a little bit and help make that work a little bit better. Okay. So that's my things to look for with protein is make sure you're getting the protein that works best for you and hitting the needs that you're looking for with what you're taking. Okay. Next thing that I like to talk about with what to look for and what to avoid is capsules versus tablets. A lot of people will take pills like a daily multivitamin, things like that. You want to make sure that unless a product is specifically designed to absorb in your lower intestine, then it needs to be in a capsule form. You know, the most prevalent one of this and the biggest one that people get confused by is multivitamins. If you take like a men's one a day or a women's one a day or something like that, that you would buy for 12 or 15 bucks at Walmart or Target, they come in a compressed tablet form, and that's the one that's not in a gel cap or anything like that. And what happens is because the way that product is produced, it actually passes right through your stomach into your intestine before it will even attempt to start to absorb. But with multivitamins, the vitamins and nutrients and stuff, the absorption process needs to start happening in your stomach. So taking a product like that, you're not getting the full benefit of that product because it just doesn't have enough time in your body for it to actually absorb, because that compressed tablet is so compressed that your body, you end up just eliminating it when you go to the bathroom because it just doesn't know it doesn't break it down enough, and it doesn't have enough time in your system to do it. So I always stress that if you can get a capsule form of a pill, go with that unless it's specifically designed to absorb in your small intestine. Like I know Xendurance has a product that is specifically designed to absorb in your small intestine. So that's why it's in a compressed tablet form. But multivitamins, that's not the best option. So you always want to make sure and look for that. And then just check your ingredient quality. That's the last thing that I stress when I talk about what to look for and what to avoid, which just ties right back to the dosage and absorption of things. You want to make sure you're getting a good quality ingredient, and you can find that out. Most times you're not going to be able to find that on the label specifically, but you can look to check with the company, check the company's website, make sure they have science-backed products to show that their ingredient quality is top notch. Okay. So that's a lot of what to look for, what to avoid. Now I want to talk about what makes sense for you and what I recommend to just the average person when talking about supplements. So we're going to go through that real quick. We're going to talk about how this is a couple products that everybody should take, in my opinion. But really what makes sense for you is individual for you, right? So like Alex, what makes sense for you is not the same thing that makes sense for Tyler. And Joe, I saw you got on here. What makes sense for you is not the same thing that makes sense for Tyler. It might be, it might not be. Ben, same thing. Carissa, who else is on here? I don't want to leave anybody out. I think I got everybody. There we go. So it's going to be different for every single person that's on this call, what supplements make sense for you. Now, with that said, there are a couple of foundational ingredients that I feel like everyone can benefit from. And those three things are a fish oil product, something with vitamin D, and a multivitamin. And if 2020 has shown us anything, supporting your immune system is huge. And making sure that your immune system is functioning properly and giving yourself the best fighting chance against any type of diseases that come up is incredibly important. And getting a multivitamin that doesn't absorb in your body is not doing you any good, right? So making sure that you have a high quality multivitamin. The reason I stress that is because multivitamins have antioxidants in it, which then fights that oxidative stress, doesn't make you a rotten apple, right? Nobody wants to be a rotten apple. So you want to make sure you're getting a good quality multivitamin to fight against that oxidative stress. Vitamin D, specifically vitamin D, helps with, it helps with mood support and things like that. If, in the Midwest here where we live, in the winter times, we're not getting as much vitamin D. So like my dad, he struggles really bad with depression, especially during the winter months. So he will up his dosage of vitamin D to 4,000, 6,000 IUs of vitamin D on a daily basis during the winter to help with his mood and help with his depression. He notices a huge difference when he's doing it. And if he doesn't, he falls right back into his depression pretty bad. But then in the summer times, because he's outside all the time, it's not as big a deal to supplement with vitamin D because he's getting it from the sun, right? So supplementing with vitamin D is a really big deal. You can also look to see any of the latest research and science behind the supporting against fighting COVID. Vitamin D has been shown to lessen the effects and lessen the risks that come with contracting it, and then lessening the severity of it if you have adequate levels of vitamin D. And then the last one of those is a fish oil, an omega-3 product. For me, I am a huge advocate of fish oil. And if you didn't do vitamin D and if you didn't do a multivitamin, at least do a fish oil, because they're relatively inexpensive, but they can make a huge difference in your body. Now, with that said, fish oil is not something that you're going to take and immediately feel. You're not going to take a fish oil and then feel a million times better today. But what that does, fish oil addresses inflammation in the body. Inflammation is the silent killer. Inflammation inflammation and oxidative stress are the leading cause of all degenerative disease, leading cause of cancer, all that stuff, because what happens with inflammation, and I'm going to go off on a tangent for this for just a second. Inflammation builds up in your body, and it comes from the foods that we eat. It comes from the air that we breathe. It comes from the exercise that we do. A whole bunch of different factors create inflammation in our body. And when we don't have something to fight against that inflammation, it just continues to build. Think of it like a house fire. It just starts small and then just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. But then it gets to the point where it's just kind of raging and you're just cool with it. Like it's not really bothering you. You get used to living in that frame of like, okay, I'm just on fire. Like my body is so inflamed. I'm just chilling like that. And you just get comfortable with that and you don't even realize where you're at with inflammation. So then joint pain starts to come in, you start to be sore, you start to not recover as fast because there's so much inflammation in your body that you can't get rid of. So what I to use the house fire analogy, fish oil, doing a dose of fish oil is like throwing water on that fire. But what you want to do, if you've never taken a fish oil before, or if you've never taken supplements before, doing a small dose of fish oil is like taking a cup of water and throwing it on a house fire. It's not going to do any good. Like it's going to do a little bit, but it's going to take a really, really long time for it to make a difference and for you to feel better. But so when I talk about fish oil, I always tell people you want to do a high dose of fish oil to start off and hit that fire with a fire hose and bring it down, because it just continues to build and build and build and build. And if you don't bring it down, then you're not going to feel right. You're not going to feel as good as you could. You're going to be chilling here with a maintenance dose of fish oil, but it's never going to get you ahead. So if you bring that inflammation down with a high dose to start for usually 30 to 60 days, I say, and then scale back to a maintenance dose, now you're chilling at a much lower level of inflammation so that your body feels better every single day. Okay. So that's why I really stress fish oil and vitamin D and a multivitamin. The vitamin D actually helps with the absorption of the fish oil. So if you can take the two in tandem, it's a great option because they're going to help make each other more effective. Okay. So those are like the foundational things that I feel like make sense for everyone on this call, unless for some reason, like you're allergic to fish or something like that, then maybe don't take a fish oil. But everybody on this call can benefit from fish oil, vitamin D, and a multivitamin every single day. Everybody that we come in contact with can benefit from it. Okay. So to further the topic, because you guys are all part of CrossFit Kilter, there's a couple other supplements that I want to address to help you decide if they make sense for you. The most prevalent one is protein, and then the second is pre-workouts, because those are the two things that most people want to do when they're in the gym. They think, oh, I need my protein, I need a pre-workout, I need something to get me going, I need something to help me recover. And yeah, you do, but do you have to do that with a supplement? So first, with protein, do you need to supplement with protein pre-workout or post-workout? No, you don't. If you are going to eat beforehand and have some protein in your system beforehand, then by all means do that. And then if you're going to go eat afterwards, then by all means do that. Don't bother buying a protein shake if you're going to eat food. It goes back to my point earlier of food first, food first, food first. Protein shakes definitely help and are much more convenient, are much easier to take down. You can get them down faster. So my general rule of thumb is, again, each individual's got to figure out what makes the most sense for them. But if I'm in a gym and I'm there for the 4 o'clock class, most people are coming from work. When we used to be able to go to work, they would come from work and then wouldn't have anything since lunchtime. So they're operating at a deficit. They don't have any energy in their system. They don't have anything in their system beforehand, and then would go home and eat supper right after they get done working out. So I would always say, hey, do your protein beforehand to help fuel you through the workout. And then when you go home, eat some more protein, and it's going to help your body recover better because of that, right? And so I'll also talk about getting some carbs in your system before a workout as well, because that's going to help with fueling that workout too. But the protein, I love protein shakes. I think they're great for convenience. I do 2 or 3 a day because I just convenient, because as I mentioned at the beginning of this, I have 3 kids and it's just life gets hectic sometimes. So having a protein shake every single day definitely helps. But are they necessity around training? No, as long as you're eating food, as long as you're getting good quality protein, do that, right? I would rather, if we're talking budget for supplements, I would rather you take the $40 or $50, $60 that you're going to spend on protein and go get some fish oil or get a multivitamin with that, because I feel like you'll get a much longer return on it. And it's harder to get those things from food than it is to get a piece of chicken and get some protein from chicken, right? So do that with your protein. Figure out what's going to make the most sense for you around your workouts. 20 grams is usually good. What I'll do, or 20 to 30 grams, depending on who you are and how big you are and stuff like that. And then pre-workouts. Now this is something where there's so much confusion about pre-workouts. Everybody wants the most stimmed out, cracked out pre-workout that you can get that makes you feel all the jitters and gets you shaky and amped up and ready to crush a workout and stuff like that. Specifically in CrossFit, it's counterproductive. because if you have something that is so stimulant heavy, it will make you gas out way faster. And if you're doing a long workout, then you're going to get tired way quicker, and you're going to hit your max way faster, because you're going to be so amped up that your body's just going to start to shut down on you. So when I talk about pre-workouts, I say, if you're going to go do a bro workout, like I know Tyler likes to do a lot, you just have a bro gym session where you're going to just pump some iron. Joe hops in on him too. If you're going to do that, and if you're really, really focused on getting a crazy pump for your workout, and you want to just like be like a bodybuilder type workout, then those pre-workouts, they're actually good, right? Because they're going to help you get that pump faster. But for a CrossFit workout, and any type of performance, if you're doing a 5K, or if you're doing anything, like if you're rowing if you're getting on a kayak trip or anything like that, high level stimulants are going to be counterproductive to what you're doing, and they're not going to make you perform as well. So my rule of thumb with a pre-workout is you want something that is more substance than stimulant. And what I mean by that is, if you look at most traditional pre-workouts, there's no calories in them whatsoever. So they don't actually give you substance to burn for the workout, because calories are energy. And so you need energy for your workouts. And if your pre-workout doesn't have any calories in it, you're just getting stimulants, right? And you can stimulate it, but you don't have actual energy to pull from for the workout. So getting a carbohydrate-based pre-workout gives you actual energy, because carbs are calories, and calories are energy that your body can burn for a workout. And now when I start talking about that, obviously carbs are the devil, carbs are the enemy. Everybody hates carbohydrates, right? And I get it. And every other time of the day, if you don't want to have carbohydrates, by all means, don't have carbohydrates. But when it comes to your training, carbohydrates are your friend for fuel before the workout and recovery after the workout. They're going to help you with your training. And people will say, I've had this question come up, yeah, but I'm trying to burn as many calories as I can, so why would I add more calories before the workout? Because if you're trying to burn as many calories as you can, but you don't have the energy to do that, your body's just not going to operate as efficiently, and it's not going to maximize the burn that you're going to have. So I use this visual of, you have a glycogen store of carbohydrates in your body, and you have a baseline, right? And so your body operates at this baseline all the time, and you just kind of chill here. But when you start working out, it dips into that glycogen store. So then you go down, right? And so then your body starts to go down, and that glycogen store goes down, and it starts to drain you. And ultimately, when you get to the point where you're empty, you're just done working out, and you don't have any more energy to do anything. And then after the workout, you need to bring that back up to the baseline. And if you don't get some kind of food or carbohydrate in your system afterwards, it's going to take a long time for that to come back up. But if you can get carbohydrates in your system afterwards, it's going to get you back up to that state where your body is normal and wants to recover and wants to function properly. So supplementing with a carbohydrate-based fuel source before the workout, when you start working out, you're at this baseline glycogen store, but hey, we've got some carbs riding with us. We're working out, we're burning these carbs as they're absorbing, and it's giving us a much better energy source for the workout, because we have that to burn as we progress. And now you might dip into your glycogen store a little bit because maybe you didn't supplement with enough carbs, but you're certainly not going to dig yourself way in a hole and make it harder to get out of that, right? So supplementing with carbohydrates around a workout makes a lot of sense for everyone, regardless of whether or not you're trying to lose weight. You still need to have some type of fuel source to push you through a workout. Now, if you can eat before workout, get some peanut butter, get a banana. Those are two great things that you can do before a workout to make you feel a little fuller, get some protein in your system, get some good fats in your system, and it's going to get you some sugar from the banana, right? And those are going to be things that are going to help you fuel you for a workout. If you're not somebody who likes to eat, getting a protein shake or a carbohydrate supplement beforehand and mixing it with just a smaller amount of water will help give you that energy that your body needs for workouts. Okay. So that's the big things that I like to address when we talk about what makes sense for you when it comes to working out and supplementation and things, the foundation products, and then around the gym setting, the protein and the pre-workouts. Now, at the end of this, I'll open it up to questions. So if you guys have specific questions that you want to address, we can absolutely do that. But those are the big things that I really try to hone in on when it comes to foundational products and supporting you with recovery. Okay. So now what I want to do, because I am the Xendurance guy, I want to tell you what Xendurance has to support you in that. Okay. And this isn't a sales pitch. This is me letting you know what they have so that you can make the choice for what makes sense for you. Okay. So I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to assume that there's a few of you that I've talked to before. I know Joe and Tyler, the rest of you, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't remember meeting you. Maybe I have. I apologize if I haven't. But I'm going to assume that you don't know what Xendurance is. So I want to give you a quick 1 minute about what Xendurance is, and then we'll talk over the Xendurance product line real quick. I'm not going to go into super detail, but just give you an idea of what Xendurance has to offer. Okay. So basically what Xendurance is, it's a health and wellness company, right? That focuses on helping you live healthier longer. They've been around for 20 years, and they have supplements for every lifestyle. So no matter what you do, no matter what your day-to-day is like, if you're an athlete, if you're a non-athlete, if you're a mom, your dad, whatever it is, we have supplements for everybody. And we're focused on helping you live healthier longer. Everything that we create is made with that in mind. The founder of the company, Sandy Kellen, created the company and created products with the basis of creating them for himself. If you guys ever want to hear about Sandy, just ask Tyler about him sometime. Tyler got to meet him a couple months ago, maybe, or something like that. Sandy is an awesome dude and is just a great human being. But just to give you kind of an idea of where the company is rooted, Sandy used to be an Olympic bobsledder. And when he got done with bobsledding, his body was just beat up, right? As you can imagine. And he needed something to help himself live healthier. And so he came up with a joint formula. That's what started Xendurance, was the joint formula. And it worked so well that all of the athletes in Europe, where he was at the time, started saying, hey, can you get us some more of this? Can you get us some more of this? Can you get us some more of this? And so he just kept creating products, and the products work, and he creates them selfishly for himself, because he told me one time that he had an aunt live to be 105 years old. And so his goal is to beat her. And he's doing that by creating all the best supplements that he can possibly create to give himself the best fighting chance to do that. So that's just a quick base of what Xendurance is all about and what they're focused on, really helping you live healthier longer. That's the goal, right? So first thing that we do is we have daily products that you take. These 3 products are the Immune Boost. The one in the back is the Immune Boost. It's a multivitamin. This is the joint formula that I just mentioned. This is an omega-3 product, fish oil product, plus vitamin D. So this is a 2-in-1 product. And because I mentioned that those 2 products work very well in tandem to amplify the effects of each other, that's why we put them together, to make them that 2-in-1. So you just have to take 2 pills a day when you're doing your maintenance dose. But like I said, starting out, I would take 4 pills a day with your fish oil to give you that, bring that house fire down, right? And then scale back to just 2 pills a day, and you're getting a very good maintenance dose of fish oil. And this Extreme Endurance product is one I kind of alluded to a little bit ago, about a compressed tablet that needs to absorb in your small intestine. This has been clinically shown to reduce rotten apple syndrome by 39%. So clinically shown to reduce oxidative stress by 39%, which is huge when it comes to supporting your cell health and making sure that you're protecting your cells. Okay. Next set of products is our energy category. The 2 in the back and this gel right here are carbohydrate-based pre-workouts, carbohydrate-based fuel sources. These 2 products, Fuel 5 and Fuel 5 Plus, are virtually the same product, except one of them has caffeine. The Fuel 5 Plus has a little bit of caffeine. The Fuel 5 does not have any caffeine. So if you're looking for a actual substance pre-workout, those are going to be a great option. The energy gel is very much so the same thing, just in a gel form, and great for on the go. Take it with you if you're on a run, if you're a runner, if you've ever tried like a goo gel or something like that. This is a great alternative that's a little bit easier to take down. The next 2 products are hydration. They're like a Gatorade replacement. Any type of sugary sports drink, you can replace it with these, and these actually hydrate you. And then the Focus. The Focus is for lack of a better word, a energy drink, but so much more than that. It can be used I use it in addition to the Fuel 5 as a pre-workout, because I like a little bit of that caffeine. Plus I get the actual substance from the carbohydrates. But I mainly use this as a energy drink replacement, because I used to drink those like they were going out of style, and a coffee replacement. And this is the only thing I drink for any type of energy now. And it has an ingredient in there that supports brain health, and supports memory. And the clarity that you feel from taking this product, I feel like I am so much more clear on what I want to do. And what I really notice with the focus is, because I have 3 kids, I work from home. There's a lot of distractions that come in all the time. And my kids will come and, hey, Dad, we need this. And then I got to go take care of what they need. And then I got to come back and get to work. And so before, I used to have to take some time to get back to that. But now I feel like they can pull me away, and then I can come and be instantly right back where I need to with what I was doing, and get right back to that, which has helped me get more done and be more productive. So it's an awesome product. I'll tell you how to get some free samples of it. At the end, Tyler will share a link with you guys on how to get some free samples of it too. You get 2 free samples of it just for playing a game in an app. Next category is recovery. These are protein. These are a dairy-based protein. The 2 in the back are chocolate and vanilla. That's the only difference. One's chocolate, one's vanilla. The vanilla has a hint of cinnamon in it. So if you like horchata, or a churro or something like that, it kind of tastes like that. Then there's creatine, which creatine is an ingredient or a product that I feel like goes in hand with the foundation stuff, because it supports cellular health, helps restore energy in your cells. And as you guys heard me say earlier, if your cells are happy, your body's happy. So creatine's huge for that. CB Deep Sleep. If you have any trouble sleeping, or if you don't get a lot of sleep and you want to maximize the sleep that you're getting, the CB Deep Sleep will help you sleep faster. That's what it does for me. I get maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night. And if I didn't take the CB Deep Sleep, I'd probably be a zombie every single day. And then this is a full spectrum CBD oil. If you've heard anything about CBD oil, this is our version of the CBD oil. It tastes like the peach rings, the gummy peach rings. It's awesome. And then the last product category is the Transform. It's geared towards supporting weight management. The Lean is a 2-in-1 product. It's a vegan protein plus superfood greens. So you get 2-in-1. If you're comparing it price-wise to just a vegan protein, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, because it is a 2-in-1, and you can get the protein plus the greens in the same product. Then the collagen in greens is, again, it's a collagen protein like I talked about a little bit ago, and it also has the greens in it. So again, another 2-in-1. And then the last product here is the Lean Plus, which has been clinically shown to support fat loss while maintaining lean muscle. So this is an awesome product. First time I took it, I lost 20 pounds when I took it. So it's pretty legit when it comes to helping you lose some weight. Okay, so that's the whole product line, but I want to tell you how you can get the Xendurance product line and try it without investing in full bags of product. So Xendurance has a sample box. The sample box comes with what you see on the screen here, and it gives you a couple samples of each of the products that you can try, so you can see if you like them, like the flavor, because obviously if you don't like the flavor, you're not going to take it. So the sample box is a great way to try the products, see if you like them. It's relatively inexpensive. It's $39.95 retail, but because you guys, through CrossFit Kilter's link, you get 10% off. So, and then actually this weekend, they're doing an extra $10 off of the box. It's a special for this weekend. So that makes the price of the box $29. And it's a great way to test the products. I'll have Tyler share the link with you guys, but this is a great way to do it and see if you like it. You get the focus, you get the fuel, the energy gel, the Fuel 5 Plus, the hydro, collagen greens, the lean protein, and the regular whey protein, plus the extreme endurance. So you can see if these products are actually going to work for you. And the thing I love about this is when people try the sample box, they usually end up believing in the product because the products speak for themselves. And then it makes my job really easy. I don't have to sell product. So anyway, so that's how you can get started and try some products if you want to see if Xendurance is going to fit with your lifestyle, fit with what you're looking for when it comes to supplementation. So that is the goal here, is to make sure that I'm helping support you guys on getting on a path towards better health. I don't just want to sell you product. My goal is always that if you see me in the gym, if we can ever get back to the point where I'm coming in the gym and sampling stuff, please feel free to ask me any and all the questions that you have. We'll open it up here in just a little bit for anybody that has any questions. But ultimately, I just want to help everybody live healthier longer. I've seen the impact that it's had on my health, my parents' health. My parents are both taking the foundation products every single day. They feel better than they have in years because of it. My mom has actually lost probably 20 pounds over the last year, just because she feels better every single day and isn't working out at all. She's just changed her diet a little bit, and is taking these products to feel healthier every day. So that's the plan here. That's the goal, just to help you live healthier longer. If you want to try the sample box, it's a great option to see if these products are going to work for you. And I can walk you through how to do that here in a second. And then I'll walk you through how to get free samples here in a second. But go ahead and start thinking about any questions that you might have, and I can start addressing those while I pull up a couple things to show you how to get some free samples of the Focus. Okay. So anybody have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat or unmute yourself and ask away. While you're doing that, I'm going to pull up a thing to show you how to get free samples. Joe.
Hey, thanks for your time and explaining all that stuff. I do have a question. Do you have anything that's tailored more towards like a casein protein powder? Because I know in the past I've taken stuff like in the evenings to help throughout the night as like a slow release. Do you have anything that is designed for that?
I do, yes. The whey protein, the regular Xendurance protein, has casein in it. So it's not specifically designed for nighttime casein protein. It's not a standalone casein protein, but it has casein protein in it. So you can use it at both times. I don't take protein before I go to bed. If it works for you and you want just a standalone protein, then you might be better off going with just a different brand who has a standalone casein protein. Ours is not, I would say the amount of casein in our protein is less than 10%, less than 10 to 15% casein for the 20 grams that you get.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want that, it's not going to be the best option for a nighttime casein protein.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It is with casein. That's another type of protein. I guess I didn't really touch on that. For those who don't know, casein is a slower release protein. So that's why it's used at nighttime for most people, because it helps refuel the muscles for up to 6 hours. And so at night, having that protein in there, in theory, it helps with recovery over the night, right? And so it's a great option to have with recovery and helping fuel yourself over the nighttime. I just don't like having it in my stomach overnight. I take my creatine before bed and I go with that, and I use that to restore my body instead of doing a casein protein. So
cool.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Something for like the post workout protein, but lactose intolerant.
Yeah. So okay. So with how severe is it? Pretty severe?
It's kind of mild, or it's medium.
Okay. All right. So with that, the different types of protein, the whey concentrate is going to tear you up because it's just they don't strip out any of the lactose properties. An isolate, they do strip out some of the lactose properties, but then a hydrolysate strips out even almost all of the lactose properties. Okay. So specifically I went from just to give you kind of a quick trajectory of what my supplement career has been. I went from Muscle Farm, which was cheapest whey concentrate that you could get, to a company called SFH, which is premium whey concentrate. And kind of the claim to fame was, we don't filter out anything. Like, it's just, this is the raw whey concentrate, right? but it was always really, really hard on my stomach. And I'm not lactose intolerant. But when I switched to Xendurance, they use a whey hydrolysis, didn't give me any problems at all. Like I don't have any of the bubble guts or the protein farts or anything like that. So with that said, I have had people try the whey protein and not have issues from the Xendurance whey protein if their lactose intolerance is small or mild, right? But if it's severe, then yeah, you're probably going to have some issues. So with that, I would consider doing a vegan protein instead of a whey protein if it's too severe for you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So the next thing I want to show you guys, I want to show you this real quick, is trying to pull this up here on my computer so it shows properly. Let's do this. Okay, so let's do this. Screen. Here we go. So if you want to get 2 free samples, I'll have Tyler send everybody this link of the focus. You can go to this website and you're just going to click get your free samples. You're going to fill this out, and then it's going to give you a download link for the app. And then the download link of the app will take you to the Xendurance app. You download it for your phone. There's a focus game in your phone. I made a little video that walks you through how to do it. So watch this video, and it tells you exactly what to do when you get to the app to download it. You play the focus game. The focus game is a 1-minute game, multiple choices to just answer random multiple choice questions. And at the end of it, you put in your address and they'll send you 2 free samples of the focus. You don't have to do anything else. Just play the game, download the app, and then you can delete the app right afterwards if you want. I don't care. I mean, I would prefer that you keep it, but it's no big deal if you just want to download it and get the free samples. So that's a great way to get your free samples and try the focus, see if you like it, see if it works for you. And then when it comes to getting the sample box, I have, there's a link here too. I'll have Tyler send this out to everybody so everybody has it. You go to the website through Tyler's link. This is the sample box. It actually comes with 8 products. I know the video thing said that it only comes with 6 because it's an outdated video. But the price this weekend will change to $29.95 or $29.95. I emphasized that incorrectly. And you just add it to your cart. And then if you've never created an account with us before, you just click continue. And then I'm logged in here, so it's going ahead and doing mine here, but it'll prompt you to create your own account. And then you'll be all set to go from there once you order your product. Okay. And you can try it. Shipping usually takes 3 days, maybe, depending on when you order. All right. So that's how you get those things. And I will have Tyler send links for anybody that wants to try it. Cool. All right. Anybody got any questions? Go ahead, Ben. You're the only one unmuted.
Oh, I'm good. Sorry.
You good? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alex, any questions? Carissa, any questions? Tyler, any questions?
I got one more question.
Yeah.
It's not about necessarily products, but just like if you're trying to like gain muscle mass, what's a good ratio of like how, like I've read certain things on like, 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight that you have. What do you recommend in order for, like gains like that?
For you and just knowing, because I've seen you before and I know your body, like I would do at least 1 pound or 1.5 grams of protein, maybe 2 grams of protein a day per pound of body weight. That's what I would do. Okay. Yeah. If you're trying to put on some mass, do that. But then also creatine every single day. Don't miss a day. I would start with 5 grams a day just to make sure that you're getting a baseline of it. If you wanted to do a loading phase of creatine, you absolutely could, but it's not necessary any longer. It's not necessary. Back in the day, creatine, you used to have to do a loading phase, but the science is showing that you don't have to. Creatine is a product that it's about saturation. And once you reach saturation in your muscles, then you're pretty set with it. So what I mean by you can do a loading phase is you'll get that saturation faster. So if you haven't taken creatine before, or you're not taking it currently, and you're trying to bulk up or add some lean muscle, what I would suggest is do at a minimum 5 grams of creatine a day. But just because I feel comfortable telling you to do 10 a day for 2 weeks, and just get you that peak saturation, and then scale back to 5 grams a day and see if you're still getting the gains from that. But like the idea is kind of like with the fish oil analogy, like you want to build it up instead of bringing it down. You want to do a high dose to build it up front, right, and then scale back to that maintenance dose, and it will help. Creatine is a game changer when it comes to lean muscle. So like dudes will experience more lean muscle gain. Women actually feel like they are actually will experience leaning out when they get on creatine. So if you're legit trying to bulk up, dude, yeah, creatine, protein, and then don't skimp on the carbs either, but make sure they're good ones.
Sure. Cool. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I was going to ask you, like, the tapering down phase from fish oil, like once you start that first phase, like what does that look like?
Oh, it doesn't have to be a taper. You can literally just go cold. Like I would just do it just to hit it for a month, 2 months, whatever you feel like you want to do. And honestly, like what I'll tell people to do is buy a liquid fish oil, because a liquid fish oil, if you can stand the texture and you can stand the oiliness of it, you can get a higher dosage for a lesser amount of money. And so I'll get Nordic Naturals fish oil. I can have Tyler send you the link too. It's just Nordic Naturals. I might have a bottle in my fridge. Hold on a second. This is what I get. You see that?
Yeah.
And so it's just Nordic Naturals. This is the 96 serving bottle. And so what I'll do is this is what I tell everybody that needs to start taking a fish oil is I'll say, do this, get 1 bottle of this, but do 2 servings a day. They don't have to be at different times. You can do them at the same time, but do 2 servings a day. So this will last you 48 days, which is a month and a half of high dosage fish oil. And then at that point, scale back to the Xendurance 2 pills a day.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah. And I think that Nordic Naturals on Amazon is for the 96 servings is, I want to say $34 or $36 maybe, something like that. Not too bad.
All right, cool.
Yeah. But with fish oil, it's one of those things that I get people, well, I don't feel like it's doing anything for me. I don't feel like it's making a difference. Well, you're not going to feel it. You're just not. It could be 6 months and you won't feel a difference with taking fish oil, but it is reducing the inflammation in your body. It's working. You just got to trust that it's working, and that's where I really just try to educate people on the inflammation piece of things, because fish oil addresses that, and it makes a big difference with how you feel every single day. And after, 3 months of taking fish oil, you might be like, you know what? Maybe I do feel better every single day. I don't know though, because it's, it just is what it is. That's just how fish oil works. Now, stimulant products, you feel them right away. That's why most people don't take fish oil, because they don't feel a difference. Cool. Good question, Ben. All right. Anyone else? Tyler, you got anything? Any questions? You know all this stuff? No questions?
I don't know all the stuff, but man, no, I appreciate your time and
cool.
Just a little bit more insight. Like it's cool to, have learned this once upon a time in school, and being able to simplify it and really apply it to, what we do every day. So it's been a super helpful session for sure.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Well, I have the recording. I will get this edited real quick and put it on my YouTube channel, and then you can share it with everyone at Kilter and tell them that they missed out on a very educational night. It was not a hard sales pitch, because I imagine that's probably why most people didn't come. But they definitely missed out on some info. So I'll get it sent to you so you can share it, and then I'll send you the links so everybody can try the Focus and try the sample box if you want. It is on sale this weekend for $10 off if you were going to try it. I'm not pushing it either way, but it save you $10 if you're going to do it. So cool. All right,
man.
Well, Thanks, everybody. I appreciate your
Appreciate you,
time.
Mike.
Appreciate you staying with me for a little bit longer than an hour.
Thanks, Mike.
I'm going to shut up now, and you guys have a wonderful evening.
Thanks,
you too.
man. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye.
But yeah.